Hello and welcome to Introduction to PSpice video tutorial. In this tutorial we will learn how to analyze simple circuits, how to solve for Thevenin's and Norton's equivalent circuits, how to generate sine and pulse waves, how to perform first and second order circuit analysis, how to do AC sweep noise analysis, and how to analyze operational amplifier circuits. Before we get started, let's keep in mind that PSpice uses passive sign convention. All currents and voltages in PSpice and schematics obey the passive sign convention shown in the figure 1. The voltage across the element is defined positive at node M with respect to node N. If the current value returned by PSpice is positive, then current flows in at a node M and out of a node N. PSpice also uses the following unit prefixes: T for tera, G for giga, meg for mega, K for kilo, M for milli, U for micro, N for nano, P for pico, and F for femto. Okay, let's get started. Analyze simple circuits. Well, let's go and create a new project. We'll name it Simple Circuit 1. And we want to select analog or mixed AD. If we select schematic right here, we won't be able to use the PSpice tools to analyze our circuits, so be sure to select analog or mixed AD. We hit OK. We want to create a blank project, and we hit OK again. Okay, usually what I do right here, I just zoom in once, so I click on the zoom in, and now I need to create my design. So I go to place and select part. Here we have libraries. Let me remove the libraries real quickly. So right now, yeah, if you happen to be right here and you don't have any libraries, you can go simply click library and it's gonna open a window where we have libraries, and for this project we'll use analog library. That's where our parts are, and then we also want to use that library. It's called a source library. That's where we have our power sources. So I just want to go ahead and select them all. So now we need a resistor, so we simply hit R. Hitting OK, and we'll place one resistor right here. Now we need one rotate, so we right click on the resistor and choose rotate. So we place it right here, and we also need another resistor, so just rotate again. We'll just place it right here. Okay, now we need to exit our resistor mode, so we hit right click and we hit end mode, or we can use an escape button to do that. Now we need to do to put a voltage source, so the same way we can go place part, and we hit VDC, hitting OK, and we want to place one right here, and the other one we want to place it right here. Now I need to exit the source mode. I just hit escape simply. So right now I also need a current source, but what I usually do, I use this bar actually, so it just gives me a real quick access. Instead of going to place and part, I just use this icon right here, and it just gives me the same menu, and I am gonna go ahead and select my current source, which is IDC. Okay, I hit OK, and I needed to rotate actually. And I also want to rotate my voltage source, the V2, because I actually need a -6 volts there. So I'm gonna hit right click button, and I'm just gonna do a mirror vertically, which is an easy way to rotate it. Okay, and put it upwards. So that's pretty much it, except for the ground. We need to have ground for every design, because PSpice need a reference point, so you can go ahead and go place part and select ground. Hit OK, put it down here. So right now we have to wire all the parts. So we go place and a wire, which is simple to do, but a little bit tedious. So right here, and one more down to the ground. Okay, very good. So now we need to exit wire mode, so I hit escape. Right now I need to put my values, so V1 will be 12 volts. You can either enter 12, the value by itself, or you can use the V to denote its volts. My resistor is 1 ohm here, the 1 ohm here, and a 1 ohm here. So I just double click. So now I need my current source. I just hit again right here. I just hit it, double click it, and I need to put 6 amps. 6 amps. And my V2 voltage source, I double click it again to put 6 volts, which is going to be actually negative 6 volts because the voltage source is upside down, so negative sign is on top. So we're all set right now, and now we're ready to analyze our circuit, and we go to PSpice, which is right here, and we need to create a new simulation profile. We can name simple circuit as well. Simple circuit 1, we create our profile, and this one gonna ask us for what kind of analysis we want to perform, and we want to do a bias point analysis. Hit apply and OK. Now we just click either go to PSpice and hit run, or we could have clicked on the blue arrow thing and just wait till analysis is complete. So we are basically right here we need to make sure the simulation complete, and we have 100% right here. So now we can drop it down, and as you see I have all my my voltages and powers and currents right here, but I just turned them off. So let me turn them on one by one. Voltage, we have voltages right here, which is 12 volts, makes sense. Then we have 4 volts and a node in this node, and we have a negative 6. We have negative 6 volts right here and the 0 volts, which makes sense. Now we have a current right here, so we just hit I, and we have 8 amps going in this direction. PSpice uses a passive sign convention, and it just basically we see that 8 amps is entering the resistor from the left side, so, and exiting from the right side. So from 12 volt from the 12 volt node, it goes to the 4 volt node, so it's going from left to right. If it were to enter resistor from the right side, so it would be a negative 8 amps. The same thing we see here. So the current is entering the top part of the resistor, top side of the resistor, so the voltage is going from top to the bottom, so it's just going down. The current is going down, and then our other voltage is again, it's entering our R3 from the left side and exiting on the right side from our left from 4 volt node and to negative 6 volt node. It's going from 4 volt nodes to negative 6 volt node. So basically that's the direction of our current right there. Our 6 amps are going up, which is the same way we see our power sources is put right here, and that's pretty much about voltages. So like 10 volts is going, 10 amps is going down because because it's entering the top part of our voltage source. Okay, let's take a look at our powers. So we just hit W and you see the power dissipated is shown with a positive, and then the power generated is with a negative sign, which also makes sense. The power at R1 is 64 watts, which is basically the formula for the power is V multiplied by I. So our V is 12 volts minus 4 volts is 8 volts, and our current is 8 amps. 8 by 8 is 64. For example, at R3, our power is 100 watts, which is our voltage. It's 4 minus -6, which gives us 10 volts, and multiplied by the current going through this resistor, it's a 10 amps, so 10 by 10 is 100 watts. Well, that's pretty much it for the simple circuit analysis, and in the next part we'll learn how to do Thevenin's, how to simulate Thevenin's and Norton's theorems in PSpice.